Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from RNA Music, your favorite mom and pop guitar shop and lesson studio deep in the heart of Texas, where we're sad about Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Peter Mayhew passed away yesterday. It's pretty sad.
It is.
So, in honor, I'm wearing my Chewbacca t-shirt. Angela has her Force tee from RNA Music, limited edition. So we're gonna remember Chewie today, and then answer some questions.
Yep.
All right. Moment of silence. First question, John's Tropical Reflections, hashtag not Billy. He's not Billy, y'all. A question for Ryan and Angela. What 3 to 5 songs motivate you to want to play your guitar or sing along with the song? Hashtag RNA Music Rules. 3 to 5 songs that motivate you to play guitar or sing along with.
Yeah.
You have a lot of songs.
Yeah, I think so.
You're always singing. Is there a certain song that makes you you can't help but sing when that song comes on?
Yeah, I can't think of just 3 to 5. That's hard.
Just a couple is fine. What were you listening to when you were painting in the back room?
The soundtrack to Yentl.
Yeah. You were singing.
All of them.
All of the Yentl soundtrack.
Yeah.
You have to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
What about
Les Mis soundtrack, Phantom of the Opera soundtrack.
soundtracks?
Mm-hmm. The Greatest Showman soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. So put on any soundtrack and you're going to sing.
Not any.
Not
but
well. Those specifically.
Mm-hmm. Definitely those.
How about any pop songs or... Not pop, but you know. Non-musical songs.
To Zion by Lauryn Hill. Fugees. Anything from them, really. Anything Stevie Wonder. There's a few Beatles songs that I'll sing, but I don't know. Just anything, really. If it gets stuck in my head, I'm going to sing it. But there's not anything that like motivates me necessarily to. I'll just sing anything, honestly.
Not anything.
Yeah, it just kind of jumps out and grabs me.
Yeah.
Piece of Sky, Barbra Streisand from the Yentl soundtrack. That's usually the one that kind of challenges me to do better and to practice because it's hard.
All right.
Yeah.
Great answers. Songs that would make me want to play guitar along with, maybe. That's my kind of think. Anytime I hear Sad But True by Metallica, I'm like, yeah. It's just fun to play. It's one I just want to jam along with. That's one. Back in Black, AC/DC. Just because it's easy, and it's just something about it just makes you want to like play it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are ones I just want to like pick up the guitar and play along to the song.
Right.
Let's see, what else? I couldn't get, for whatever reason, I had a dream last night about Cowboys from Hell by Pantera. Mm-hmm. Like I was playing it in my dream. Like we were going to play it with some students or something. I'm like, hey, somebody who wanted to play drums or sing it or something. I'm like, oh yeah, we can do that. I just played the whole song like in my dream. Like I actually don't play it that well in real life. But I played it really well in my dream. And I woke up like at 6 a.m. and I was like, man, I need to go play that song. So that was just very strange. But yeah, anytime I hear that one, I'm like, yeah, that kind of fires me up a little bit too to go play some Pantera riffs. But those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. I'm like, just grab your guitar and just jam along with. So that's not anything specific to like, oh, I want to sit down and woodshed and practice really hard. But it's more of just jam along and have fun kind of a thing. So those are a couple for me. There you go. Thank you, John's Tropical Reflections. Makes me want to go to the beach, but not get in the ocean.
Yeah,
because sharks.
You'll know.
Sharks. Next question. Just Fun Guitar. Fun episode as usual. What is your view on the trailer for the new Star Wars game? Hashtag KTMA. Hashtag not Billy. Well, Just Fun Guitar. I had kind of forgotten about it until this morning. Like I knew they were coming out with one, but I haven't paid much attention to it because honestly, the last several Star Wars games have been kind of disappointing. I haven't enjoyed a Star Wars game since The Force Unleashed, the first one, which has been a while, really. So I watched the trailer for it this morning, and I was like, ooh, I kind of like that. Again, I actually got goosebumps at the end, which is more than I can say for the Star Wars movie trailer.
Right.
Did not get goosebumps for the movie trailer. But for the video game, I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of excited to play it now. So the trailer looks really great, but of course that's just the animated stuff. That's not the gameplay or anything. And EA has been known to let people down. So you never know. They can make a trailer look really good, and the game could be just like, oh, man.
Yeah. I don't play video games, so
yeah.
I'm neither here nor there.
What'd you think about the trailer, though?
It was okay. I'm just so done with Star Wars, honestly. That
New Star Wars.
Nothing thrills me about Star Wars at all.
Except the old stuff.
Yeah.
Old stuff. Yeah. There you go. I'm gonna check it out. I'm sure the boys saw the trailer and they're like, yeah, let's play it. So, I mean, we'll probably play it when it comes out. I hope it's good. I thought The Force Unleashed was magnificent. Fantastic game. But that's the last one that I was excited about. So, Thank you, Just Fun Guitar. Next question, Metallica 29. Do you find that you get what you pay for in the tube amp world? For example, I'm with you about Mesa. Mine has never died. Knock on wood. I can only speak from my experience because I know people who have bought higher priced tube amps and maybe had some issues. But for me, I would say, yeah, definitely. Because I've had affordable, hate to use the word cheap, but affordable tube amps.
Yeah. And
they've kind of had some issues or died or went bad. And then,
someone's here.
Somebody is here. Yes. Now, for me, I think you do kind of get what you pay for with the tube amps. Like my Mesa that I have is a mid-90s model. Still has the original tubes. Works like a champ. It's great. Never had a problem with it. And it's a fairly pricey tube amp. If you were going to buy a brand new one today, they're not cheap. And I've had more affordable ones, like my little Fender Super Champ. The first one just died. Just crapped out, died. I've had a couple other low price ones that come in the shop that we've had issues with. So for me, usually if you go with the higher price one, you get better quality. But I do know personally people who have bought. I know a guy who bought a Mesa, little mini, mini reverb, mini rec head, and it showed up with problems. Like not just two problems, like he had to send it back and they had to replace it. So those things do happen. But in my experience, personally, I've had pretty good luck with a little bit more, pricier stuff. In general, I think in life, most of the time you get what you pay for.
Right.
There's always exceptions, but I think most of the time you usually do. So there you go. Thanks for the question, Metallica 29. All right, next question. Hank Rott's guitar. Hey man, I'm looking at a Schecter Solo 6 in my area, pretty similar to your red one. Only thing is, it's got EMGs, and I've never played them. Battery life and EMGs. Similar to, say, an electronic acoustic guitar. Yeah, it is similar. Like just for your acoustic electric, if you leave it plugged in or you leave the little tuner on, it's going to drain the battery on your acoustic. Same thing with the EMG guitar. If you leave your cable plugged in, it's continually drawing on the battery while it's plugged in. So, it will burn out the batteries. Not burn it out, but exhaust the batteries.
Right.
Now, if you unplug it when you're done, you should be fine. The EMG actually says you'll get about 1,500 hours of playtime on a regular set. If there's two pickups. If it was a single pickup, just one single pickup EMG, it'd be about 3,000 hours. But since there's two, it's about 1,500 hours of playtime. So yeah, quite a while if you remember to unplug it. Now, if you leave it plugged in, a continuous draw on the batteries will drain them fairly quickly, actually. A few days. I've done it before. I've left it plugged in for like a week and came back and was like, oh man, battery's dead. So yeah, just if you remember to unplug it, you'll be fine. Thanks for the question, Hank.
There you go.
Next question. Thoughts on Avengers Endgame? Oh, it's Walking Dead. Sorry. Walking Dead. Thoughts on Avengers Endgame? I know you guys will have seen it by next weekend. We actually saw it on the 25th of April. Preview night.
Yep.
Thoughts?
It was good. I liked it. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you're going to say. Oh, spoilers. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, spoilers ahead. Stop watching now. Or skip to the next question.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Yeah.
So I liked it, but I didn't love it. There's some things I definitely did not love about the movie. So it's kind of bittersweet for me, you know. Yeah, I'm like one of the few, I guess, that's like, yeah, it was okay. People are like, what? It's the best thing ever. I'm like, yeah, is it though? Is it? So I liked it, but I didn't love it. Most of my stuff has to do with Thor. I didn't like how his character arc went down.
Yeah.
And I've read all the articles of why it's so great that they did it the way they did it. And, you know, I've read also articles about like why people like me didn't like it. And I think it's at the end of the day, when you watch a movie like Star Wars or anything else, I don't think you should have to overanalyze why it's supposed to be great or not. It's you either love it, like this was the greatest thing ever, or you're like, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And you just have to be honest with it. And there's nothing wrong with not liking stuff.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with if you loved it, but I didn't love it. I would like to see it again, I think. Do you want to see it again?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'd kind of like to see it again, I think, but I don't know. If I really wanted to see it again, we could have seen it already again.
Yeah.
But we haven't. So what does that tell you?
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
No spoilers.
No
There's
spoilers.
No spoilers.
Well, you know, I didn't know if I was going to give out spoilers or not.
I don't think you should.
We may wait. We'll wait another few weeks before we kind of get more in-depth.
It's like talking about Han Solo Day. We waited almost a month before we started saying that.
Han Solo died?
What?
What? I can't even right now. I'm super emotional.
I know.
Okay. Thanks for the question, Walking Dead. Maybe go more in depth a little bit later on. Once more
it's
people.
It's too fresh still.
It's too fresh.
It's only been a week since it's been out, so
yeah,
people are still trying to get tickets to see it because a lot of regions are completely still sold out.
Yeah.
So.
And some people have lives. They have to go to work and school, and they can't, you know.
They don't have the luxury to go see it, so we're not going to say anything.
Yeah. All right. There you go.
Other than I did like it.
Yeah.
It was what it was.
But you didn't love it?
I mean, it's a movie. It's not, you know.
It's not the end of the world.
Right.
Yeah. If it's a great movie or not a great movie, how does that affect my day-to-day life?
Pretty much.
Not very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll maybe come back to that.
I think my love for movies stopped back at Lord of the Rings.
Yeah?
I haven't loved a movie since Lord of the Rings. Like at all.
Yeah. Like
there's movies that I've liked. They're like, yeah, that was good. But not like that was like the best thing ever that I've seen in my life since Lord of the Rings. Now there's been before Lord of the Rings, but since not so much. Yeah, even that includes every single Marvel movie.
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed all of the Marvel movies.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I liked it, but it wasn't like, wow.
Oh,
like soundtrack, cinematography, acting levels, story, arc of characters, everything was just like Peter Jackson just, of course, Tolkien did the work, heavy lifting.
Yeah, that Tolkien.
But there hasn't been a movie since Lord of the Rings that I think gives that gravitas that.
Yeah, I even said back then, I think that the Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, Return of the King, I mean, that's basically that generation, or this generation of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. It was like, we've never seen anything like this, really. Mm-hmm. And I think that, I'd agree with that. The Marvel's been good, and
it's been good
telling, a story that takes 10 years to unfold.
It's been entertaining.
It's entertaining,
and I like them, but not anything that was like,
yeah.
That's just, it's going down in history.
Yeah. Well, they definitely made all the money.
Yeah.
I knew they'd make all the money with this movie, but... Okay, that's enough on Avengers Endgame, though.
Yeah.
Let's move on before we go down a long rabbit trail. Mm-hmm. Stratocat62 with the next question. Hashtag not Billy. Whatever happened to the bitter bass man? He's at home washing his tights. No. Mm-hmm. Well, he's actually probably at work right now. Because this is, we're about 12:50 p.m. on a Friday. We started this. This is Friday morning. He's at work. So he's at work. I can't remember the last video he was in. Surely it was a vlog that I haven't put out yet.
It's been a while.
But yeah. So we've been shooting these on Saturdays and Friday mornings a lot lately.
So we've been tired to stay up late on a Thursday night to record
these.
These.
Yeah, for the longest time we were doing these on Thursday nights after closing the shop. Mm-hmm. And it's just, things have gotten crazy and hectic, and it's tiring. So we've started lately doing Friday morning, Saturday morning shoots for Ask RNA. Mm-hmm. So there you go. And Paul's been busy working because he has a job. He's the man.
He is.
So, yeah. We still see him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him
yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
Oh, no, his birthday was yesterday. We didn't see him on his birthday.
We did not. How do we not see him on his birthday?
I don't know. He's weird. We're weird.
Well, we were busy. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of stuff. He didn't come over and see us on his birthday. Come on, Paul. He didn't throw himself a birthday party at Jerry's. Like he should have. Yeah. So he's busy working. Mm-hmm. If he would put out his own videos, you could see more of him. But, he's too busy to make videos. He's too busy to make videos. Even though I encourage him to. Thanks for the question, Stratocat62. Next question. John's Tropical Reflections with another question. Hashtag not Billy. I can imagine life gets pretty hectic when juggling your roles as small business owners, parents, spouses, musicians. Yeah, it definitely does. What are each of you doing to nourish and develop your God-given gifts as musicians/artists? P.S. Looking forward to seeing some video of the Dallas Guitar Festival. Life is super busy amongst all of those things that you just said. So, how about you? Anything you do in particular to nourish your artistness?
My musician artistness, not much. Mm-hmm. I usually just practice when I'm up here, or I just kind of fiddle around when I'm up here right before lessons and stuff. But during the day, I don't really set aside time to practice for something like that as much as I should. There's things that I would like to do, but I don't play the guitar. And so there's little things, and I don't honestly have the time to put in to play the guitar as much as I would need to accompany myself. So just singing, to me, just to sing, because I'm not singing for anybody, honestly, is, I think, a waste of time. So I try to not allocate that time towards something that I know I'm not going to perform or do. So I don't really do that. But when it comes to like preaching, teaching,
you are always singing, though.
I am always singing, but not to develop anything. It's just what I do. Enjoyment. But I don't do it to develop anything because I'm not going to be performing anywhere. And so I do learn and study a lot for my preaching teaching time. So I do that every single day. I try to read books and things that I like. And I write down things that I think are important, or I watch other people and I listen and I talk to folks and stuff like that. So I do that every single day. It's just kind of, I have journals and like everywhere. I have things that I write in all the time. So I usually try to think, if I think something, I try to write it down and remind myself later, because my brain goes 90 to nothing on things that I have to be doing. So I'm always, like, once I have one thought, if I don't write it down, my train is like, of thought goes so fast that I don't remember half the time what I was thinking, even like 10 minutes ago. So I try to keep it written down.
If you think it, ink it.
So that's what I usually do. I usually read books, watch videos, and then write down ideas or, things that I want to do when I do public speaking or encouraging people or, stuff like that. So I try to make it a habit, especially like when Aiden is doing his schoolwork, or I'm up here, or I'll be back there between students and I'll be writing things down in paper and pad and stuff. So that's usually what I do. But not a lot of singing or playing, unless I'm preparing for lessons, but that's about it.
Well, I kind of think that teaching other people music kind of keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Right? That's one thing I've learned over the years or decades of teaching music.
I think it keeps you more on your toes than it does me, because I teach little ones.
Mm-hmm.
So teaching someone to play like one note at a time isn't keeping me on my toes.
Well, I teach little ones. I don't have any advanced students.
I know, but you actually play songs though. And so you're like, oh, I got to learn this guitar solo for this new song. So that actually keeps you on your toes, because you have to actually learn stuff to actually perform. I don't have to do that. So it's completely different.
Yeah. Well, even for like the simple stuff, like there's things that you take for granted once you're at a certain level that you just do without thinking about. And then trying to explain that to someone who's doing it for the first time. Mm-hmm. I've like just the way I hold a pick on a certain strumming pattern, or the way you mute a string or something like that. Stuff that I don't think about anymore. Mm-hmm. That I just do. It's like breathing. You can do it at a certain point.
Right.
But then trying to teach that to a student who's like very new and green, and I'm like, hey, so if you do this way, see your fingertip, put your fingertip here, and you're kind of touching this other string next to it to mute it. Mm-hmm. So for me, it kind of keeps me, it makes me think about what I do a lot. Mm-hmm. Now it's not necessarily pushing me to another level of playing, Right. I stay kind of right where I'm at teaching. The one thing that does push me, though, is when we do our student recitals, like you were just saying. Mm-hmm. We'll have student recitals, have a student who wants to play a certain song, and maybe they're learning just the rhythm part, or it's the drummer who wants to play this song and he can play the drum part, And then like we're going to play it at our recitals, which are like little mini concerts, basically. And I'm like, oh, there's a guitar solo in this song. And the student, they're doing good to just kind of get the rhythm parts down. And maybe we've even watered them a little bit, but we still want them to have the experience of performing on stage. But if there's a guitar solo, I'm like, all right, well, I'll play it. Because I don't have any students who are far enough along in their journey to learn the solo that quickly. So I'll have to sit down and learn it. And that's one thing that does push me, because I'm like, oh man, I've never learned this solo before. Huh, okay. Let me sit down and do it. Yeah, but same thing, I don't have a lot of advanced students, so teaching does kind of push me a little bit in certain areas, but not necessarily to go to the next level in playing.
Right.
And playing every week in church, we play songs that are like not that difficult, honestly. Right. So I'm always playing, but it's not necessarily pushing me. If I want to push to the next level, I've got to sit down myself and really force myself to work on very difficult things that are beyond my current ability level. Mm-hmm. That gets put on the back burner a lot, honestly, just because we're so busy taking care of our current students and taking care of business, taking care of our house, dogs, kids, and then growing a business. So Yeah, there's a tough balance to try to find there. So I'm still figuring that out.
Yeah, and still sleep.
And still sleep. Sleep, yeah, we got to sleep sometime. You can only grind so much. You got to sleep so you don't get sick. Thanks for that question, John. Yeah, and we'll definitely have some video from the Dallas International Guitar Festival, which is tomorrow. Angela and I will be there tomorrow, hanging out with the Vola and Acacia, and all doing some video. So look forward to that. Probably next week sometime we'll have some guitar show video. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook because there's going to be pictures and little short clips on our Instagram page. Links in the description. Go to our Facebook, follow us there, and you'll see some updates for sure on there before you do on YouTube.
Yep.
All right, final question. Jim Grew, #NotBilly, #KTMA. What's that nice looking Sunburst LP style guitar behind you? When you eat Skittles, do you separate the colors or just grab and eat? I'm nuts today. All right. Skittle question. Do you separate your colors or just eat them?
Always.
You do, don't you? That's right. What about M&Ms? Do you separate the colors?
Yeah, I don't eat M&Ms. Like, barely ever, unless they're peanut butter or peanut. And even then, it's like, very rarely do I eat M&Ms.
Yeah, you don't.
But Skittles, yes, I'll pour them out in my hand and then I'll group them. Usually in a row or a grid. And then I'll eat the one real fast that's odd so that they're 2x2 or 3x3 or 4x4 depending on how many I have in my hand. And then I'll go either in a row or I'll go by or the rainbow, eat the rainbow at a time, or I'll eat one solid color at a time. So it depends on how I feel.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
I just take the bag, and I cut the top, and I just go,
Yeah,
like
he
that.
does. It's disgusting.
All of them
He's
together.
I'm
Right.
like, oh, how? I don't understand. They're all like mixed up in your mouth, and I don't understand that.
It's the smorgasbord of flavors.
Because I like eating the specific color at a time. So you know that you're eating all the grape. Of course, now it's not lime. It's like green apple, which...
Yuck.
Why?
Yeah.
And then lemon, orange, and... It's not... Is it cherry or is it strawberry? I can't remember which one it is. But anyways, I don't like eating green apple and grape at the same time. You can't do that. It's just insane.
Sure you can.
So I usually try to avoid the green at all costs.
I want some Skittles now.
Which stinks because I used to like the lime. And now when you eat it, it's like, what?
What is this?
So I can't just pop them all in my mouth because then I'll hit a green apple and then it
ruins everything.
It ruins everything. It's like you have like floor cleaner in your mouth. Like Pine Sol.
Apparently I love the taste of Pine Sol.
Apparently.
Interesting how people are different, right? This is my CMG, or our CMG, our CMG anniversary edition Ashley. That's what it is. I did put new pickups in it recently. It used to have the Frog Dog pickups, and now it has passive EMG pickups in brushed black chrome. So it might throw people off because it has different pickups now than it used to have. I'll probably leave those in there for a while. I was going to put chrome EMGs in it, but I may or may not. So yeah, this is just my good old CMG Ashley. You can get you one for $7.99 currently in 2019. Not with EMGs, with standard Frog Dog pickups. So yeah, that's all it is. Let's get that back up there. There you go. Which we may be taking with us to Georgia at the end of the month. We're going to Georgia to visit CMG Guitars and Double Cat Amps, and Chris and Ashley. I think I'm going to take it so they can stamp the back of the headstock with the actual serial number instead of a sticker, and maybe laser engrave the little control cavity cover because it's special. The anniversary one. So there you go, Jim. That's our CMG Ashley. That's our personal one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so excited. Okay, that's all the questions for this week. Thank you guys so much for all the comments. We read all of those. Appreciate them. If you have a question for next week, leave it below, and we will try to answer those next week, next Friday, Saturday, sometime. And until then, well, what's our secret hashtag of the day? I think it should be something about Chewbacca. That's what I think.
R.I.P. Peter.
Okay.
Or rest in peace, Mr. Mayhew.
The whole thing? Hashtag rest in peace, Mr. Mayhew.
Or R.I.P. R.I.P. Mr. Mayhew.
Okay. So, if you made it this far in this video, you are a legend and legendary. And in honor of Peter Mayhew, this week's secret hashtag of the day is hashtag RIP Mr. Mayhew. We'll spell it out. So type that out, and we'll remember the legend of Mr. Mayhew as Chewbacca. And you'll be a legend. And you made it this far in our video. All right. Thank you guys so much. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Ring the bell. You get notified of all the videos. I've noticed I don't get notified of some of my favorite YouTubers. So I had to go click the bell and make sure I do that. What you got?
Dog chewed my slipper. My flip-flop.
Dog chewed on your flip-flop? Which dog do you think it was?
I don't know. It's small bites.
It's small.
It's probably one of the little ones.
It's probably a frou-frou dog.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see y'all in the next video. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need to keep it alive for the next generation.
It's true.
And current generations of all kinds.
All of them.
All right, you guys. Be safe. May the Force be with you.
Always.
We'll see you next video.